Hello and welcome to this video on the Qvinci Financial Portal. There are two portals in Qvinci, the Financial Portal and the Advisory Portal, and there's a video on the Advisory Portal. And they somewhat work together. You flip back and forth between them. We'll touch the Advisory Portal shortly. Again, there's a video on that online. The Financial Portal is a snapshot of financial data across all your entities, and it works for any industry. So if I'm an accountant in this case, I have a plurality of dental clients, and I've grouped them together in a dental group. A franchisor, this might be the name of the concept, and all the entities, the QuickBooks files, if you will, use QuickBooks ubiquitously for accounting, QuickBooks files. Or if I'm a diocese, parishes, schools, and cemeteries. If I'm a multi-unit entity, I'm a company that has a plurality of locations, this would be the financial files in each location. So we call them reporting entities. And this gives you a landscape view across all of them. Here's how you get in. When you log into Qvinci and you have an account, you'll see the portals link here, and you'll open this drop down and select Financial Portal, and this screen will open up. Now, as soon as you open up the first time, a couple of things. Help is right here. This will take you into a knowledge base. This link will have this video, as well as everything you need to know about using the Financial Portal and its sister product, the Advisory Portal. So let's hop in. First of all, we have a plurality of columns here, and all these columns are sortable in ascending, descending, or alphabetical order by type and kind. So if I were to sort all my entities in ascending order, I would click this button and I'm ascending. I'm descending, and all these cells over here change. In other words, this is a QuickBooks file for XYZ eliminations, and here's the financial data for them. I can also sort these columns or filter these columns by using this pull down. I want to look for all the entities that contain the word diocese as an example. It'll find all the entities and summarize them here. And this is the filtering capability. You can also sort ascending and descending by clicking here or clicking the header. So what do? We log in, and we are able to see all the entities in summary data without having to open QuickBooks files. And all these cells are hot. So a couple of things that you can do here. When you log in, I'm looking at Apple Family Dental. If I wanted to look at the AR aging report, well, here's the summary for the total AR. If I click this cell, I'm going to get the report, the AR aging report, AP aging report. In this case, the cash balance is the total checking and savings. I'm going to get the balance sheet. And then we have these ratios over here that we've already calculated these ratios. So you can see that just the Financial Portal alone would save you a ton of time, because how long would it take to get these ratios across all the entities in your ecosystem, or to be able to compare them? As we scroll to the right, we find more columns that gives you last month's P&L, same month last year, and last month's P&L, and the difference between the two. In other words, we're seeing that last month is 24.74% less than the same month last year. Now we have last fiscal year to the same month and the current fiscal year to last month. Okay, so we're doing the same comparison. And then we also have out here some things that are custom columns, notes, where you can leave notes for each other. Now, one of the nice things about Qvinci is you may decide that you want to change the order of these columns. Simply left-click, hold, and drag, and move to where you want that particular column to show up. In this case, I think I want to put the workflow right in front of balance sheet. And so as you can see, now the workflow elements are here, and these columns are all resizable. And we can leave notes for each other. Joyce needs to close the books. John needs to contact Bright Smiles Dentistry. They haven't sent us all their data so we can close their books, as an example. And so this gives you a snapshot view across all these entities. Well, we take it a step further, and it's very, very powerful. I've looked at this data, and without opening QuickBooks, I may want to drill down to the GL on many accounts, all accounts, one account. And using this tool, and there's other videos on the GL and JE capabilities online in Qvinci, you can also enter journal entries for QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop without ever opening a QuickBooks file by clicking this button. And it'll open up a JE entry screen for Apple Family Dental, as an example, pushing the JEs back into the QuickBooks file. So what we have is one place to look at many, many metrics across many, many entities without ever opening a QuickBooks file, which is really, really powerful, right? And of course, sometimes you'll have this data here, and you may want to export it to Excel. Simply clicking this button will get you this entire screen dumped to Excel. It looks exactly like this, as a matter of fact. and you may want to use it for presenting a board meeting or something along those lines. After you move these things around, you can save the layout. Every user in your ecosystem will have the ability to customize this layout to their liking and simply click the Save Layout. Reset clears it out and sets it back to Qvinci's default. And add a client. In this case, it's like an accounting firm. I can add a new entity by clicking this button here and sync a new QuickBooks file, link a new QuickBooks file to Qvinci. Well, I'm looking at this summary data, and it's really great. And I'm a little concerned about Apple Family Dental's cash balance. You may want to come over and click the advisory portal. Now, clicking the advisory portal looks very similar with the GL and JE drill downs. We tell you what kind of file it is, the last time it synced. In other words, it connected to us on the 4th. And what we show you in the advisory portal is the movement. In other words, total income for last month versus prior month is down 19% for Apple Family Dental. And so we give you summary movement data in the advisory portal. We give you detailed snapshot data in the financial portal. And so depending on what you're looking at, you may be in the advisory portal saying, wait, why did this go down 19%? You come over to the financial portal and look and go over here and click the P&L. Last month, same month last year. Clicking this will give you the P&L for the same month last year. So the financial portal is very powerful, very easy to use, snapshot across all your entities without ever having to open a QuickBooks file. The time savings alone more than justifies the nominal cost of Qvinci just on the financial portal alone. And used with consort with the advisory portal, you now as an advisor, as an accountant, or as a franchisor have a landscape view to meaningful metrics across all entities without the entities ever having to submit anything to you. How does that work? Well, we show you what kind of file it is. In this particular column, it's desktop, QuickBooks Desktop. If it's online, QuickBooks Online. 0, it would say 0, or Excel, or if it's a class. And we show you what date it last synced. In the case of QuickBooks Online, we sync every QuickBooks Online for every night before 2 o'clock in the morning. In the case of desktop, if someone opens a desktop file, we sync it in the background. Now, the portal, the data that's in here, is always fresh as of last night. So if you go and put a JE in today, it won't show up in the portal. But when you open the portal tomorrow morning, everything will be, across all files, will be up to date as of the cutoff the night before. So it's very, very up to date, very powerful, and a very fast in and out of data. There's a huge time savings. And how hard would it be to get a landscape view across all your files in a standardized way, including ratios? How hard would it be to do that manually? Well, it'd be undoable. And Qvinci makes this very easy. So, one last thing. When you become a client of Qvinci, the help button is down here in the bottom corner. And our customer success team is always one click away, basically. This will open a ticket in Qvinci, and you can have a live chat dialogue with them, or they'll get you on a webinar. So we show you how to drive the high-performance car. We don't just leave you out on your own. And help is always free. So that's one of the great things about Qvinci is not only do we have a phenomenal product that gives you great business intelligence, and behind all this, don't forget, our reports and libraries have business intelligence and KPIs and all kinds of summary that will give you comparisons across all the entities in your ecosystem. As an example, we call it peer benchmarking. All these capabilities and free support to help you get started in a very, very powerful way. I know you're going to enjoy the financial portal. I know it's going to make a big difference in your practice, your franchise, or your nonprofit in your company. Have a great day. We look forward to talking to you soon.